serving students for over a century. These schools were designed to prepare students to meet global challenges while staying connected to their heritage and values. This is often metaphorically said that Sir P.S. Sivaswami IAS son is the Tirukattupalli school and his daughter is the Lady Sivaswami Kalalaya school in Mylapore.
His goal was to create an institution that emphasized quality education, character building, and the preservation of cultural and moral values. By establishing this school, he aimed to provide young girls with opportunities to excel academically, gain independence, and contribute meaningfully to the society while remaining rooted in traditional values.
Establishing Sir Sivaswami Kalalaya Senior Secondary School. The intention of P.S. Sivaswami Iyer in establishing Sir Sivaswami Kalalaya Senior Secondary School was to provide high quality education that blended traditional Indian values with modern academic excellence. A progressive thinker, philanthropist, Sivaswami Iyer aimed to create an institution that would nurture well-rounded individuals equipped with knowledge, discipline, and cultural values. P.S. Sivaswami Iyer was deeply committed to education and believed in its transformative power of individuals and society. Here are some noteworthy aspects of his contribution to education.
Focus on holistic education. Sivaswami Iyer emphasized the importance of holistic education, which combined academic excellence with moral and ethical skills. He believed that education should not just impart knowledge, but also develop character, discipline, and civic responsibility.
Promotion of women education. At a time when women's education was often neglected, Sivaswami Iyer actively worked to change society attitudes. He founded an institution like the Lady Sivaswami Iyer School, which focused on providing quality education for girls to empower them, improve their social standing.
Establishment of high-quality schools. Sir Sivaswami Kalalaya Senior Secondary School, founded with the vision of providing quality education noted in Indian culture while embracing modern academic practices.
Support for vernacular education. He was an advocate of teaching in vernacular languages alongside English. Sivaswami Iyer believed that students should remain connected to their cultural roots through their native languages while gaining proficiency in English to compete in a globalized world.
Educational reforms through policy. Sir Sivaswami Iyer contributed to shaping educational policies during his time. He was actively involved in discussions regarding reforms such as Indian University Act of 1904, which aimed to enhance the quality and governance of higher education institutions of India.
Encouragement of interdisciplinary learning. He believed in the importance of integrating multiple disciplines, including arts, science, and humanities, into education. His school emphasized broad curriculum that prepares students for various fields.
Collaboration with educational priorities. Sivaswami Iyer collaborated with other luminaries of his time like Annie Besant to promote quality education. His alignment with theosophical ideas influenced his belief in spiritual and cultural education.
Through this effort, Sivaswami Iyer sought to create a generation of individuals who are academically accomplished, socially responsible, and deeply rooted in their cultural and moral values. His legacy in education continues to inspire institutions and educators today. Social works, women empowerment. Advocate for women education. He firmly believed that empowering women through education was crucial for social progress. His establishment of institutions like the Lady Sivaswami Iyer Girls School provided a strong foundation for girls' education during a time when it was largely neglected.
Champion of human rights. Sivaswami Iyer worked to improve the status of women in society, advocating for gender equality and opportunities for women in education and public life.
Education philanthropy. Foundation school and colleges. Besides school like Sir Sivaswami Kalalaya Senior Secondary School, he supported initiatives that aim to enhance access to quality education for all, especially underserved communities.
Scholarship for needy students. Sivaswami constitutes to establish one for constitutes for economically disadvantaged students, enable them to pursue education without financial pressure.
Legal and Social Justice Initiative. Promoter of legal reforms. As a highly respected lawyer, he worked toward reforms in the legal system to ensure justice and fairness for all, particularly marginalized communities. Support for legal aid. He was an advocate for access to legal aid for the poor, ensuring that everyone, regardless social standing, could avail justice.
Preservation of Indian culture and heritage. Promotion of Tamil literature. Sivaswami Iyer was passionate about Tamil culture and worked to preserve and promote Tamil literature and heritage through education and public platforms.
Encouragement of cultural practice. He supported institutional activities that celebrated Indian art, music, and traditions, fostering a sense of pride in the nation's cultural heritage.
Temple administration and religious reforms, improving temple management. He played a significant role in reforming the temple administration in South India. His efforts ensured that temples were better managed with transparency practices and allocated with social welfare. Religious harmony. While rooted in Hindu traditions, Sir Sivaswami Iyer advocated for mutual respect and harmony among the different religious communities.
Support for rural development. Improving rural education. Understanding the lack of access to education in rural area, we supported initiatives to bring schools and learning resources to villages. Healthcare and sanitation. Sivaswami Iyer also worked to improve public health and sanitation in underdeveloped areas, aiming for better living standards.
Contribution to his public administration. Serves as the Advocate General of Madras. As a key figure in the colonial administration, he used his position to address public grievances and promote policies for the welfare of the Indian population. Indian University Act of 1904. His role in shaping the Indian University Act reflects his dedication to improve governance and quality of higher education in the country.
Social reform. Abolition of social evils. Sivaswami opposed legislative practices like child marriage and worked toward their abolition by supporting legislative reforms and awareness campaigns. Platforms of social equality. He advocated for equality among different castes and communities, emphasizing education as a means to break social barriers.
Role in Theosophical movement. Collaboration with Anna Besant. He worked with Anna Besant to promote Theosophy, a philosophy that emphasized universal brotherhood, moral upliftment, and spiritual development.
Educational and social reform through Theosophy. His association with theosophical ideas influenced his focus on moral education and character building.
Public welfare initiatives. Philanthropy. Sivaswami Iyer contributed generously to charitable causes, supporting orphanages, hospitals, and welfare programs for the poor and disadvantaged. Infrastructure development. He supported projects that improved public infrastructure, including roads and schools, benefiting local communities.
Legacy. Through his social work, Sir P.S. Sivaswami Iyer left a lasting impact on Indian society. His dedication to education, women's empowerment, cultural preservation, and social justice continue to inspire generations. His vision for progressive, equitable, and culturally rich society serves as a model for future leaders.
திரு சிவசுவாமி என்னும் கொடை வள்ளலே திரு சிவசுவாமி என்னும் கொடை வள்ளலே தருமநேரி நாடியே பெரும் புகழும் கோடியே திரு சிவசுவாமி என்னும் கொடை வள்ளலே எங்கள் கலையாலயம் தங்கள் பெயர் கொண்டது நாளும் எங்கள் கலையாலயம் தங்கள் பெயர் கொண்டது இங்கு மங்களமே பொங்கிடுமே கல்வியும் தங்கிடுமே ஓங்குமே பொங்கிடுமே கல்வியும் தங்கிடுமே ஓங்குமே திரு சிவசுவாமி என்னும் கொடை வள்ளலே. Thank you.
We thank our principal ma'am, vice principal ma'am, advisor ma'am, and all the teachers who had given us this wonderful opportunity. We now hope that everyone has a brief understanding about Sir Sivaswami Iyer and his innovations. We once again give a vote of thanks dedicated to everyone.
I think class 8 did a wonderful job. I don't know how many of you know so much about Sivaswami Iyer. It is a very, very rich legacy that he has left behind, and we as members of the school which bears his name need to really, do very, very well. Class 8B, thank you so much for such an informative assembly, and I really appreciate the fact that every one of you had a part to play. So I hope this gives you a lot of confidence to come up on stage for many, many more programs, okay? I just wanted to tell you all, now that I've appreciated the assembly of class 8B, I don't know how many of you know, but Sivaswami Iyer, there is a huge, big palatial house called Sudharma in R.K. Salem. I don't know how many of you have seen it. It now belongs to the Amalgamations group or whatever. That that house was sold by Sivaswami, it belonged to him. He sold that house for about, at that time, 2 lakhs was quite a lot of money. He sold that house and donated the entire money for women's education. I think people like that, we owe our school's name belongs to Sivaswami Iyer. And the students up here also told us how he was propagating women's rights and women's education at a time when, people were very hesitant to send girls to school. For this Lady Sivaswami Iyer Girls' School, the very name, he didn't keep that name as Sir Sivaswami Iyer School or whatever. He has kept it in the name of Lady Kalyani, who was his wife. And he was knighted, so he is Sir Sivaswami. Sir, the title was given by the British. So you can imagine. And once somebody gets British book, we are very happy. Yeah, thank you. And I'm very happy AIB has brought up this and has taken up this topic of Sir Sivaswami Iyer. Whenever people come here for admission, they tell us we want to admit our children here because of the culture, because of the good behavior of students that we see outside, and I hope that continues.